Hello everybody and welcome to the EPFA Cup 2022 here in Geneva, Switzerland at the very impressive Centre Sportif de la Cave, a few miles away from Lake Geneva. Set to kick off in the next 10 minutes. We'll have our first semi-final of the competition. Belgium, who topped the group, the initial round-robin stage, having won 5 and drawn 1 of their first 6 games, means they booked their spot in semi-final 1, where they'll play the team that positioned 4th. That happened to be Spain, and in a short while we will be underway. The teams readying themselves on the side of the pitch before their match officials bring them on to pitch A, just to go through the semi-final. Match officials in the centre from France, Steve Deschamps. Assistant referees of Caroline Bean from England and Antoine Verguet from France. And the 4th official of Neil Christensen Simonsen. Our match officials, with the ball in hand, enter pitch A, ready for semi-final 1. I'll probably leave commentary shortly just to announce to our spectators in the grandstand that we will have the national anthems of Belgium followed by Spain. So if I drop out, please note that is why. Match officials in the centre, Belgium on the right hand side of your screen, and Samuel Gros Garcia leading Spain on in that bright red kit. Just to announce to the people in the venue,
Hello everybody and welcome to the EPFA Cup 2022 semi-final between Belgium and Spain. We're going to have the national anthems now, starting with Belgium, followed by Spain. So all those that are able, please stand for the national anthem.
anthem of their challengers, Spain. welcome back to the EPFA Cup 2022 semi-final between Belgium and Spain. Let's start by going through the teams of the squads in front of us, starting with Belgium. Number 5, Rannery Leandro Sotobrenko. Number 6, Robin Fiordalizo. Number 7, Quinten Campion. Number 9, Ilian Genk. Number 10, Iago Cordron. Number 14, Lucas Marou. Number 15, Florin Lechantre. Number 34, Tiffany Paquet. Their coaches, Robin Cordron and Michael Hermans. To go through the team of their challengers, Spain. Number 1, Victor Gil-Vidal. Number 2, Aaron Terralblo Sanchez. Number 3, Samuel Gro Garcia. Number 7, Joaquin Guerra Iglesia. Number 5, Camilo Nicolas Sina Terribli. Number 6, Manuel Del Rey Coleto. Number 7, Radwan Boujaboud. And number 8, Manuel Hernandez Alcaide. Their coaches, Jan Gro Garcia and Javier Beldan Ramon. Once again, joined in the gantry by Mr. Alex Dowding. Thoughts on this one, sir?
This is a big one. Belgium so far have proved the strongest team in the cup, but at knockout stage anything can happen. Spain have a couple of big weapons in their team. Their main man, Sam Garcia, more than capable of blocking out and controlling that middle of the park.
Absolutely. As mentioned earlier, the initial round robin stage, Belgium played 6 games. They begun proceedings in the EPFA Cup 2022, defeating Germany 4-1. Then on to Switzerland, where they secured an impressive double-digit score, 10-1 that one. On day 3, Belgium won 4-0 against Italy and a tight 0-0 draw against Scotland. This morning, on pitch A, just in front of us, Alex and I had the pleasure of commentating on Belgium-Spain. A brilliant fixture. It was very tight, very close for large parts, but they came out winners of that one, 3-1. Spain, in their first ever European competition, kicked things off with a 3-1 win over Austria in the round robin stage and drew 1-1 with Scotland. On day 3, Spain won 5-0 against Switzerland, succumbed to a 2-1 defeat against Germany, followed by a 0-0 draw against Italy. And as mentioned earlier, Belgium won 3-1 against Spain. This European Power Chair Football Association delivered competition is sanctioned by our world governing body FIFA and supported by Power Soccer Shop. Our event partners and sponsors have made this event possible, so a huge thank you to UEFA, Goals Beyond Grass, the Loterie Ramond and the Centre Sportif de l'Equipe Havre. This venue we are currently in. So it looks like Spain have already readied their 4 players for this game. And as soon as that is clear, I will read it out so you know who's starting. Belgium have been very interesting with regards to their lineups and tactics throughout. A lot of quality in depth. Rotate many times throughout the game. One to watch, number 9, Ilian Genk, who looks like he's going to begin the semi-final on the bench.
Belgian coach Robin Cordron appears to be sticking with his format for picking his team all the way through this tournament so far, where young Cordron stays in goal and the 3 outfield players that start the first half.
So an unchanged lineup to that started the game against Spain early this morning. In goal for Belgium, Iago Cordron. In the centre, Tiffany Paquet was very bright in that earlier fixture. On the right-hand side, in the far, Quinten Campion, and the nearest player to your screen, Florin Lechantre. In goal for Spain, they have Joaquin Guerra Iglesia just in front. Samuel Gro Garcia. It looks like Manuel Hernandez Alcaide has addressed his earlier chair issues. He's on the ball now, and on the far left-hand side, Victor Gil-Vidal.
As we've said all week, it is very warm in our venue, and the temperature has crept up high enough to kick in the water breaks scenario after 10 minutes, both for players and of course our match officials running around in the heat, and I have to say the humidity along with it.
Absolutely. Just to be noted, the clocks will not be stopped during the water breaks. Any time taken will be added on at the end of each half. So if we go over the 20-minute allotted time, please note that is why. Iago Cordron, very advanced, now the most advanced of the 4 Belgian players, just flicks it back, tried to find Florian Lechantre, who's going to have a go at goal. Viera Iglesia called into action early on in this first half. You can see how good the Belgians are at picking their passes. Gro Garcia, Spain's brightest talent, forces his way all the way into that Belgian box, where he is met by Iago Cordron in the bright pink for Belgium. As I said, if the earlier fixture is a little snapshot into what to expect in this one, we are in for a treat, as our official Caroline Bean just places the ball on the corner for Samuel Gro Garcia. Good position from Alcaide in the centre. If he can get his reverse spin kick on, and Spain take the lead in the first 2 minutes of this fixture. The referee's actually waving his hand.
No.
I think it's been disallowed. Trying to work out what our
Two on one. I think he's given a 2-on-1 for the player at the back post of Spain, Vidal. Not getting
So
clear.
the Spanish players don't realise that the goal's been disallowed, and the referee Steve Deschamps waves his hand to signify the fact it will be a free kick for Belgium. A real let-off. Another 2-on-1 goes in the favour of Spain, so slightly deflating for the Spanish players who thought they'd taken an early lead. It's exactly what they need to do if they're to try and break this stubborn Belgian team down. No one's managed to beat them yet. They've only conceded a handful of goals in the tournament, and that ball goes all the way into the near side post and for a goal. Absolutely sensational from Samuel Gro Garcia there to find the gap in that near side post, and Spain eventually take the 1-0 lead.
Our assistant referee Kaz Bean was the one that gave that. I believe that was an indirect free kick for a 2-on-1, so it must have come off the front of Tiffany Paquet's.
We'll have to watch that one back, but what a start to the first semi-final of the EPFA Cup 2022.
One
FIFA
disallowed
President
goal.
Ricky Stevenson just informs me that it went down eventually as an own goal due to that contact. As you said, Alex, it needed to go via a chair, being an indirect free kick. And it's Belgium 0, Spain 1. So the game to chase for Belgium. Tiffany Paquet in the centre has options of Quentin Campion to her right, Florian Lechantre in the centre. A pick off from Campion, can't find Lechantre. Now Alcaide breaking for Spain, slightly blindside Tiffany Paquet. Didn't realise he was advancing so fast up that right hand wing. Quentin Campion very condensed here, will be likely.
Ball breaks for Vidal.
Spain going for an early onslaught. The referee had no choice. A number of players, I think there was 4 or 5 players, all condensed within a 3-4 metre square distance, and Spain have an opportunity here to double their lead in the first 5 minutes. They've really shocked Belgium, the arguable tournament favourites, finishing top of that initial round robin stage. Gro Garcia fires it towards Gil-Vidal, couldn't find the gap between Paquet and Iago Cordron. Tiffany Paquette with the pick-off. Florian Lechantre with a real opportunity, maintains his position in reverse, just tries to flick it past the Spanish goalkeeper in Victor Gil-Vidal.
And again, Garcia coming back into the box. Gets his timing just wrong, gives away a 2-on-1. And the pressure now on Spain.
So end-to-end stuff. An indirect free kick will be taken by Tiffany Paquette. Interesting position from Florian Lechantre, facing forward. It looks like his chair momentarily had gone off, and the ball was snuck in the right-hand side of the post. It all looked a bit disorganised from our angle. Guerra Iglesia calling for 2-on-1 or 3 in the box, one or the other.
Must be a 2-on-1, a 3 in the box with a played advantage in that scenario.
Exactly, so despite the protest of Joaquin Guerra Iglesia, Belgium equalised 6 minutes in. What a game.
So Tiffany Paquette, who I think got the touch for the own goal, has rectified that with a stunning strike from outside the box. Snuck past Sam Garcia.
Disorganised there. Interesting for the referee to allow advantage, but Manuel Hernandez Alcaide is going to try and attack and capitalise on the advantage. Doesn't really know where the ball is. He has to rotate his chair. Garcia on the edge. Goes out for a corner kick. Absolutely end-to-end in this opening 7 minutes. Semi-final 1 of the EPFA Cup 2022. A victory in this game for either side would guarantee their spot at the EPFA Nations Cup, the European Championship equivalent for power chair football. Alcaide had the right idea to attempt the reverse spin kick, but couldn't quite get the angle. As I said, whoever wins this automatically secures a spot. Likewise with the second semi-final between Scotland and Germany later on this evening. The third and fourth place playoff, arguably the most important of this tournament, as it's all or nothing with only 3 available EPFA Nations Cup spots available. Florian Lechantre trying to bully his way past Samuel Gros Garcia. Quentin Campion trapped in that top right hand corner. The referee allows play to continue. Condensing the Spanish defenders. Florian Lechantre and an indirect free kick. Can they match that of their last one where they secured that equaliser?
Sam Garcia and Guerra Iglesias really struggling not to give away 2-on-1s as they come back into the box every time.
Fires it into the side of Samuel Gros Garcia's chair. Manuel Hernandez Alcaide trying to attack for Spain, intercepted immediately by Tiffany Paquette. Now space for the number 8 for Spain to drive into, met by the oncoming Quentin Campion. Stays in play, just comes off the front of Alcaide's chair. Belgium kicking, be taken by Florian Lechantre. A really high-paced game, arguably the fastest of the tournament thus far. She has to be careful of her positioning. Quentin Campion drops off, allows Tiffany Paquette the pace, and too much contact from Samuel Gros Garcia. We're going to get a direct free kick, be taken by Paquette.
Referee's been very strict on the contact and aggression.
And that's going towards goal. Guerra Iglesia does extremely well to clear it off the Spanish goal line. Quentin Campion unfortunate not to put Belgium in the lead.
I think he was taken by surprise by Quentin Campion's reverse spin kick. I think it was set for a normal spin to send the ball across.
Quentin Campion, Paquette and Lechantre in support. Fires it to the back post. Guerra Iglesia does well to clear. Gros Garcia likewise. Reverse spin kick from Tiffany Paquette. Couldn't make contact with the ball. And the condensed Belgium attackers leave Steve Deschamps, our central referee, with no choice but to award a 2-on-1.
Tiffany Paquette has come alive in this game. Been a little quieter in some of the earlier group games, but playing this pace of football seems to suit her.
Samuel Gros Garcia with the free kick. in the direction of Gil Vidal, intercepted by Campion. He finds Vidal at the second time of asking, but he couldn't quite wrap his chair around the ball.
And on 10 minutes.
We're going to get that drinks break. As previously mentioned, the clock will not stop. Any time accrued during this will be added on to the end. So just recapping that half. Spain scored early on, but the referee Steve Deschamps disallowed. They channeled that frustration and registered their first goal of the game almost immediately after. Samuel Gros Garcia from an indirect free kick, firing the ball into the right hand post of Belgium, just coming off the chair of Tiffany Paquette. It was Tiffany Paquette that levelled the side.
She's wearing a little sign on the side of her chair, a little personalisation that says, "I'm Lagartha."
Lagartha. You know what that means in French?
I believe Lagartha is a Viking of some legend. She's certainly showing some Viking spirit in that first opening 10 minutes.
That is with no doubt, as she was the one who equalised for Belgium a few minutes after Spain's opener. Real options on the bench for Belgium. Ilian Genk, Raneri Sotobrienko and Robin Fiordalizo. It looks like their number 14 Lucas Maru is out of action for this semi-final. For Spain, they have Aaron Turalbo Sanchez, they have Camilo Nicolas Sina Terribly, and they have their earlier goal scorer from this game against Belgium, Radwan Boujabud. Samuel Gros Garcia there to limit the space of Florian Lechantre. Starting to become very condensed. That's the first of many 2-on-1s expected in this first half, sorry. Paquette down to Campion, back to Paquette, reverse spin kick, great accuracy, but Samuel Gros Garcia was alert and cleared. Belgian coach Robin Caudron shouting instructions at his 4 players, particularly to Tiffany Paquette, who's playing such a key role in this Belgian side. Surely key to any success they have in both defence and attack. Quentin Campion with the kick in. Florian Lechantre well shielded at the back, especially with Victor Gil Vidal's recent positioning. Paquette. Campion unfortunately smacks into the advertising hoardings at the back. Isn't able to reposition to receive the return pass from Paquette. So Gros Garcia intercepted by Campion. Lechantre been fairly quiet in the last 5 or so minutes. Tiffany Paquette just asking for them 5 metres from Victor Gil Vidal. Rotate spin kick. A second rotated spin kick from Florian Lechantre. Smacks into the side of Manuel Hernandez Alcaide. Out for a Belgian kick-in.
I have to say this pace of play does seem to suit the Belgian players a bit more. Although they've had a great tournament so far, the timing seems better on ball striking.
We're going to get the first substitution of the game, and it's going to be number 7, Radwan Boujabud, coming on, and Victor Gil Vidal, who will be leaving the pitch. Radwan Boujabud, the scorer of Spain's goal, in that earlier 3-1 defeat to Belgium. Be looking for more of the same. Gro Garcia intercepted by Campion, back to Garcia. Ricochets between the number 3 and number 7 of Spain and Belgium respectively. Out of play. Four and a half minutes of normal time, a minute or so that will be added due to the drinks break and substitution. Radwan Boujabou, with his first involvement, is involved trying to guide it to Al-Qaeda in the centre. Good pick off from Quinton Campion over to Tiffany Paquette. Interesting, just the referee awards a contact foul there.
Against Boujabou, I think
that would have allowed advantage. Florine Lechantre was in a good position to generate an attack for Belgium, but the referee awards and brings it back for a foul into Lechantre, and it's worked in their advantage as Tiffany Paquette from the free kick picks out the number 15 Florine Lechantre, who comes over to his Belgian teammate on the side. You can see what it means to them. Belgium 2, Spain 1. Game on.
Sam Garcia seemed to be going to cover the pass going to Campion because he knew Iglesias wasn't tight enough to cover that shot if it went there. Fortunately, wasn't tight enough to cover the shot where Sam Garcia vacated either.
Some healthy contact there between the chairs of Gro Garcia, and he's not even going to be given a warning there. Referee Steve Deschamps goes straight over to award a yellow card. I would have arguably given a warning or two before that. The referee deems that way too forceful from the Spanish number 3. We'll have a direct free kick as a result. Tiffany Paquette has been absolutely clinical with these free kicks up until now. Curse of the commentator as her attempt goes wide. Quinton Campion not on the same thought process as her in that instance. 2 minutes remaining of normal time. Samuel Gro Garcia. Spain seems slightly shell-shocked since that earlier Belgian equaliser. Belgium have been on the front foot ever since. Can they find an equaliser this side of the half-time break? Manuel Hernandez Al-Qaeda with the kick in. Radwan Boujabou, the ball doesn't enter the field of play. And Belgium will receive a kick in.
Nice exchange there between Robin Calderon and our assistant referee Kaz Bean. Robin not allowed to leave the technical area, so couldn't get the ball for her.
Campion. Neither Campion or Paquette really got their chair positioning right there to force passes through the Spanish defence. Boujabou to Gro Garcia. Just cushions into the left-hand side of his chair. Can he maintain the position on the pitch? He does. Just gets the slight better of Campion and makes his way up the field of play. A lot of pace and just a nick of Gro Garcia's chair. He's Belgium and Florine Lechantre will kick off into the space. Pick off by Tiffany Paquette, intercepted by Gro Garcia, and Campion now has a chance to get Belgium's third. He sets it back to Florine Lechantre, but Samuel Gro Garcia blocks the initial attempt, and it looks like Gro Garcia vacated his box, and Belgium will have an indirect free kick just to the left hand side of the Spanish goal. see what they can work with this one. Tiffany Paquette, hugged by the chair of Manuel Fernandez Alcaide. She just edges forward to present a better option, trying to find the space in between Gro Garcia and Guerra Iglesia.
Gro Garcia needs to be behind the line if he wants to be close enough. I've got to finish. He might fire this at the back of...
Ricochet of Guerra Iglesia and Gro Garcia. Unfortunate for Belgium not to roll over the goal line. Tiffany Paquette is going to try and force this over the line. Steve Deschamps, the referee, having a real good look. Quinton Campion with the follow-up effort. Wasn't enough to get a third for Belgium.
It's one there, a bit tough. I thought Tiffany made an excellent effort to try and get away.
So into additional time, whatever the referee has added on for the substitutions and water break that was taken on minute 10. Gro Garcia met by Florian Lechantre, and it just rolls out of play for a Spain kick-in. Since them earlier 3-4 minutes, Iago Cordron, the quietest player on the pitch. Alcaide will have to be accurate with this kick-in, as to not allow Lechantre, Paquette or Campion a chance to pounce. And the referee Steve Deschamps blows the whistle for half-time. An excellent first half in semi-final one of the EPFA Cup 2022. Belgium currently lead Spain by 2-1. Join us shortly for the second half. Hello everyone and welcome back to the soon-to-be second half of semi-final 1 in the EPFA Cup 2022 between Belgium and Spain. Currently led by Belgium 2-1. The victor of this game will automatically secure a spot in the EPFA Nations Cup and tomorrow's 4:30 EPFA Cup 2022 final. The runners-up in semi-final 1 and 2 will face off tomorrow afternoon to determine who takes the final third spot available in the EPFA Nations Cup. Arguable tournament favourites Belgium recovered well after conceding an early Spain goal. Fast paced throughout. Just being informed by our fourth official, Niels Christiansen Simonson, to a number of changes for both sides. So let's just go through them now. Starting with Belgium. They started the fixture with Tiffany Paquet, Iago Caudron, Florent Lechantre and Quentin Campion. They've recently been substituted. Iago Caudron maintains his position in goal, but we now have the chance to watch Robin Fiordaliso, Ranari Leandro Sotobrienko and the very impressive number 9 Ilian Genk going through the sides of Spain. Recently made a few substitutions. In goal for them currently Victor Gil-Vidal, in front Samuel Gros-Garcia, Radwan Bujabu to his left, and the recently substituted number 6 Manuel Del Rey Coletto. Just a reminder of our officials in the centre. From France, Steve Deschamps, first and second assistant referees in Caroline Bean from England and Anton Vauger from France. Fourth official, Niels Christiansen Simonson. So almost there for referee Steve Deschamps to blow his whistle. Similar to that of the first half, when you see it tick over into 30 minutes, we're going to have a drinks break. Believe it or not, it is well over 30 degrees in this sports hall here in Geneva, Switzerland. So Samuel Gros-Garcia to kick things off in this second half. Straight to Radwan Bujaboud. Ilian Genk's first involvement of the game involves trying to evade the oncoming number 3 in yellow. Belgium kicking. Ranari Leandro Sotobrienko with his first touch of the game switches it diagonally in the direction of Robin Fiordaliso, but Manuel Del Rey Coletto intercepts. Sotobrienko over to Fiordaliso, he picks him out this time, back to Ilian Genk, reversing Robin Fiordaliso, a pick off from Sotobrienko, couldn't find the space, but we're going to get 3 in the box. It looks like Manuel Del Rey Coletto encroached on that penalty area that you can see marked out in yellow and black hazard tape, likewise with the perimeter of our pitch. If you're wondering which line signals our 18-metre height, 30-metre width dimensions. So Ilian Genk here, indirect free kick, has to go via a chair of either Spain or Belgium. Sotobrienko trying to put pressure on the 2 Spanish defenders, put himself in view. Robin Fiordaliso has an attempt, blocked by Samuel Gros-Garcia. Belgium and Ilian Genk not quick enough in retreating from the space. 2-on-1 in favour of Spain, who trail this semi-final by 1 single goal. Great support from the Spanish and Belgian contingents at the back. A few Scotland players watching on. A potential final opposition awaits with either Spain or Belgium. Gro Garcia intercepted by Ilian Genk. Fiordalizo couldn't do much to put more pressure on Gro Garcia. And this will be a great battle between these sides. Ilian Genk appealing to the referee about the contact from Gro Garcia. It must be mentioned he's already on a yellow card, and Genk drives all the way into the area of Spain. Referee just has to adjust the post. It's a signal that the goals dimensioned. Raneri, Soto, Leandro Brienco. Robin Fiordalizo in this right-hand side has to vacate the space for his number 5 teammate, Ilian Genk. Blocked by Boujaboud, ricochets between the chairs of Belgium and Spain. And Manuel Del Rey Coleto encroached on Radwan Boujaboud. Indirect free kick for Belgium. It looks like Samuel Gro Garcia getting his final warning before a potential red card. Yet to have one in this tournament thus far. It would be catastrophic for Spain if they were to lose their captain for either a final or 3rd and 4th place playoff fixture. Robin Fiordalizo at the back post, blocked by Samuel Gro Garcia, and Garcia will try and break now an attack for Spain. Del Rey Coleto in support, but the referee very strict on these 2-on-1s. That time it was Ilian Genk and Raneri Leandro Soto Brienco deemed to be closer than 3 metres together. Gro Garcia into Coleto, goes all the way out of play for a Belgian goal kick. Iago Caudron, the Belgian goalkeeper, in that bright pink jersey, with one of his first touches of this half into Genk, met by Radwan Boujaboud, forceful in his approach, but Genk gets the better. Again, the referee very strict with his interpretation of 2-on-1. Fiordalizo with a lovely pick-off in the direction of Raneri Leandro Soto Brienco, and a deflection from Gro Garcia. Hits the left-hand post, but Iago Caudron does just enough to prevent the equaliser. Fantastic taken opportunity from Samuel Gro Garcia. Caught Iago Caudron unaware. He saw it at the last second and did just enough to ricochet the ball into that post. Spain have a corner and a chance to equalise. Into Gro Garcia. Ilian Genk controls on the Belgian goal line, and now drives all the way into the Spain half, taking the pressure off of his defence. Spain cheering away in the background as Iago Caudron just occupying a central role currently, with Ilian Genk the most defensive of the 4 Belgian players. Mistimes a shot. Manuel Del Rey Coleto with the kick in. Down to Radwan Boujaboud, intercepted by Raneri Leandro Soto Brienco, and eventually out by Gro Garcia. You can see the Scotland captain just behind Soto Brienco now, Colin Shields, watching on. Fiordalizo at the back post. If Caudron can let it roll all the way through to him. Fantastic defensive work by Victor Gilvidal to clear the ball to Radwan Boujaboud, who couldn't do much with the pass. Ilian Genk intercepts. Now Sotobrienko trying to barge his way into the Spanish defensive box. The referee that time deems it too forceful from the number 5 for Belgium, Sotobrienko, and Spain this time have the free kick. So we can see Conor McCall, Thomas Pettigrew, Nicky Duncan and Colin Shields of Scotland watching on. Rotated spin kick from Rannery Leandro Sotobrienko. Absolutely sensational from the Belgian number 5, and that gives them a nice 2-goal margin and all but books their spot in the EPFA Cup 2022 final tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 local Swiss time. A change for Spain in the aftermath of that goal, and Radwan Boujaboud leaves, and Camillo Nicolasina Terribli is the player to replace him. Terribli puts it into the centre. Coletto has to drop off to give his captain the space. Iago Cordron shepherded him out of play. Coletto down the line to Gro Garcia. The pick-off wasn't expected by Sina Terribli, and it goes out of play. Referee just having a discussion with his official on the far side. Please join us for the second semi-final, scheduled for 5:45 local Swiss time, where Scotland take on Germany. So a chance here for Spain. Not sure what the referee has awarded, but fires it into the box of Belgium. Now Terribli has a chance to pressure for Spain, being careful of his position. Gro Garcia, Coletto, Gro Garcia driving all the way over to the space occupied by Manuel Del Rey Coletto, and a 2-on-1 is rightfully awarded to the Red Devils of Belgium. Iago Cordron to take into Sotobrienko. Tries to find a way past Gro Garcia, tries to nick it back to Iago Cordron. Once again, the first of many 2-on-1s awarded against Samuel Gro Garcia and Manuel Del Rey Coletto as we tick over the 30-minute allotted time. We're going to have a drinks break. It is extremely hot in this hall and in Geneva in general. It's just making sure all players are sufficiently hydrated for play to continue. So if it was to end as it currently stands, Belgium would book their spot in the EPFA Cup 2022 final tomorrow afternoon. Spain would play a 3rd and 4th place playoff at 2:45 local Swiss time, with only 3 available spots at the EPFA Nations Cup, the European Championship equivalent for power chair football. These semi-finals and the 3rd and 4th place playoff, absolutely vital. Should Spain, Scotland or Germany qualify for the EPFA Nations Cup, it would have been the first time in their history that their nation is represented in a power chair football European Championships. Belgium have been a successful team for many years. Iago Cordron over to Robin Fiordaliso, back to Sina Terribli. Ilian Genk patiently waiting for the oncoming number 5. Tries to knock it back. Iago Cordron with the pick-off in the direction of Leandro Sotobrienko, but cleared by Spain. Sotobrienko to Ilian Genk, just cushions it off the back of his chair. Now reverse spin kick over to Robin Fiordaliso, leaves the space at that right hand post, but couldn't get the accuracy to force an effort. Gro Garcia adjusts, has to be careful. Fiordaliso still posing a threat. Sotobrienko had some contact there from Samuel Gro Garcia, and the referee Steve Deschamps awards a penalty. He's lucky not to get a second yellow for that contact foul, and Belgium have a real opportunity this would give them a 3-goal advantage. Ilian Genk to take. Samuel Gro Garcia moving forwards and backwards on the goal line. Be interesting to see which way Genk goes. He goes to the left. Belgium 4, Spain 1. It will be Belgium in the EPFA Cup 2022. Barring a miracle for Spain, still a lot to play for the Spanish. And at the conclusion of this fixture, they'll have all focus on that 3rd and 4th place playoff with either Germany or Scotland. Gro Garcia just having a conversation with our central referee Steve Deschamps before getting us underway. Just some substitutions there in that break and celebrations for Belgium. We'll get to them shortly as Robin Fiordaliso advances quickly into the Spanish box. 2-on-1. Gro Garcia leaving his box within 3 metres of his goalkeeper. Almost defensive player Victor Gil-Vidal. For Spain have brought on Manuel Fernandez Alcaide, as well as Aaron Turalbo Sanchez. Fiordaliso with the indirect free kick. Genk on the edge. Sotobrienko. Into Sotobrienko. Fires it across the box, intercepted by Samuel Gro Garcia. Sotobrienko to take into Ilian Genk, just feints and lets it go all the way back to Robin Fiordaliso. Fantastic pass from Ilian Genk, puts Robin Fiordaliso away, cuts it back to Ilian Genk. The space was limited well by Aaron Turalbo Sanchez, but him and Alcaide both going for the same ball. Really wasn't great communication from the 2 Spanish players there. Four minutes remaining of normal time. Belgium 4, Spain 1. As Gro Garcia can't work away past Iago Cordron. Alcaide, pick off. Didn't have the power to find Gro Garcia. Intercepts again. Gro Garcia now has a chance to get Spain up. And that time, rightfully so, Sotobrienko being drawn into the action in the centre. We'll have a 2-on-1 in favour of Spain. He has Aaron Turalbo Sanchez to his left. Manuel Hernandez Alcaide to his right. He opts for the latter. Alcaide couldn't get there in time. Now Soto Brienco has a chance to break up the field of play. Met by a stubborn Samuel Gro Garcia. Pick off from Iago Cordron. Didn't have the power and or accuracy to put Robin Fiordaliso in his stride down this right hand wing. Iago Cordron continuing to pressure Gro Garcia. Strong play from both players. Sensible IQ play there from Iago Cordron. He realised he couldn't wrap his chair around it, so just nicks it off the back of Gro Garcia's chair. Out for a Belgium kick in. 2 minutes remaining. Soto Brienco into the gap. Fiordaliso at the back post. If it wasn't confirmed before, it is now. Belgium will be playing for the EPFA Cup 2022 tomorrow. They're in the final. Spain will have to wait for their fate to be decided when they play Germany or Scotland tomorrow. Really unfortunate for the Spanish, who started the game so brightly. They put most of their energy into that first 5 minutes. The strength in depth for Belgium proving the difference, being able to bring on Soto Brienco, being fantastic in this second. Robin Fiordaliso, the goal scorer just there, and Ilian Genk. One of the strongest sides in Europe, Belgium. Samuel Gro Garcia with the free kick with 1 minute of normal time remaining. Belgium 5, Spain 1. Gro Garcia down to Alcaide. The pick-off couldn't find a Spanish player. Iago Cordron just cushions it into the left-hand side of his chair. Alcaide will be lucky and fortunate to get around that ball. He isn't able. Belgium have a goal kick. I'm sure we'll hear the crowd erupt when the referee Steve Deschamps sounds his whistle for full time. A lot of Belgian fans following their power chair team. Samuel Gro Garcia still trying to make something happen for Spain despite that 4-goal advantage for Belgium. We're in additional time, so whatever the referee has accrued from the substitutions, adjustments and drinks breaks, goes out of play. Fiordaliso, rotated spin kick, very square along the pitch. Soto Brienco would have liked it a little more advanced for him to attack onto. But you can see why Belgium are so dangerous in attack. Their passing has been sensational, both in this game and the tournament as a whole. Now into 41 minutes. The referee takes a glance at his watch, gets the whistle ready to blow for full time. Soto Brienco into Cordron in the direction of Robin Fiordaliso, marked by Samuel Gro Garcia. Fiordaliso does well. He's going to just try and play the clock down, not do anything too risky. Just shepherding Gro Garcia out of play. Garcia does well, but that is a stubborn Belgian wall he has to find a way round, and the referee blows his whistle for full time. Belgium 5, Spain 1. Belgium in the EPFA Cup 2022 final will play one of Scotland and Germany. That semi-final coming up at 5:45 local Swiss time. If you're watching from the UK and specifically Scotland, 5:45 is the time you need to know. Scotland looking to make history. Just want to say a huge thank you to all that have joined us. Commiserations for Spain, but still everything to play for the young national side. Must be emphasised, they've only been an established national side for just over a year, and for them to be in the semi-finals alone is an achievement. They'll go for that third and final EPFA Nations Cup spot tomorrow, but join us shortly for the EPFA Cup 2022 semi-final between Scotland and Germany. See you then.